I fucking love John Woo. Well, really, I love Hong Kong cinema in general, but John Woo's Hong Kong flicks are something special. His 7-film run from 1986 to 1992 is legendary, borderline mythical. A Better Tomorrow 1 and 2, The Killer, Just Heroes, Bullet in the Head, Once a Thief, fucking hard-boiled. While they do tend to play around with the tone, Woo's signature style is unmistakable. An eclectic mix that no other director could really make work. The Criminal with a Heart of Gold, Chow Yun-Fat shooting guns and jumping around, poetic justice, guys mowing down people on motorbikes, social commentary on the political instability and anxiety present in 80s and 90s Hong Kong, things exploding that shouldn't just because it looks cool, guns that never need reloading, and doves fucking everywhere. It's a strange mix of East and West that could be argued as the only good thing to come from colonialism. It's Woo's collaboration with Chow Yun-Fat that really steals the show. In the West, Hard Boiled is probably Woo's most well-known Hong Kong film, and for good reason. I mean, look at this and tell me it's not the coolest shit you've ever seen. Hard Boiled marked the last collaboration on film between Woo and Chow before both attempted a run in Hollywood, to mixed results. If you've never seen a John Woo, what the fuck are you doing? Go right now, get some friends together, and watch at least both Better Tomorrows, The Killer, Hard Boiled, and Once a Thief in that order. And when you want everybody to leave, put on Bullet in the Head. Not because it's bad, but because it's one of the most depressing films I've ever seen. This leads to today's game. If you've seen my other videos, you'll notice a bit of a trend on this channel. Here at Classic Mode, we talk about movie games, and today is no exception. Today we're talking about John Woo's answer to Max Payne, Stranglehold, a 2007 third-person action game developed by Midway Entertainment. Stranglehold's most defining feature is that it serves as an official sequel to 1992's Hard Boiled, with Woo acting as a producer and Chow Yun-Fat reprising his role as Inspector Tequila Yuen.
Where the hell are you?
I'm just getting started.
Let her go.
Tico, get down! You are even dumber.
Yeah!
I'm talking to a dead man.
Stranglehold gets right into the action with Tequila checking out a lead into a missing police officer in Hong Kong in his usual fashion of endless collateral damage. Right away you can see Stranglehold's desperate attempt to be seen as anything other than a Max Payne clone, which I get. Max Payne is a beloved franchise responsible for introducing swaths of lonely white boys to the glory of balletic gun fu. And fucking hell, I'm one of them. When Stranglehold released, you couldn't throw a stone without somebody comparing or at least mentioning Max Payne's relation to Stranglehold, and at its core, they are the same game. It's stylish bullet time shoot-dodging action. Tequila time? Okay. Look, I understand why Midway went this route. They were given an established property that's best elements had already been adapted and basically perfected in 2001. But come on, just call it bullet time, no one really cares. It feels unnecessary to rename such a common and, by 2007, lampoon trope in action. And if you're gonna go this route, at least give it a better fucking name than Tequila Time. It sounds like Jimmy Buffett's last words, for Christ's sake. Tequila bombs? Okay, what the fuck?
Perform stylish kills to earn stars to fill the tequila bomb gauge. When you do this, the health boost icon will be highlighted. Press 1 to convert tequila bomb energy directly into health.
Alright then.
You know what? Alcoholism now has a use.
Tequila bombs act as your power-ups throughout the game. In the first mission we get 2. A healing factor which feels redundant since there's health scattered around every level, and a precision aim mode.
You could shoot them in the cock. Oh my god!
They animated it! They animated it!
This game rules.
You may have noticed Tequila's movement. It's janky as fuck, even for 2007 standards. You stop and go on a dime and there are no in-between animations, so it just looks hilariously unnatural. This is a phrase I'm going to use a lot for this video, but once again, even for 2007 standards, this is rough. Another gameplay mechanic we're introduced to in the first level are the standoffs. These start off as epic cinematic moments that really breathe style into the game. That is, until they become mandatory to happen at least twice in every level. They don't even make sense most of the time. Enemies just politely wait for you to finish shooting their friends and for you to look at them before they even attempt to shoot back. I mean, look at this.
Oh, god damn it. Here we go. Every fucking time. And they all just stand there. What are they? Why? I don't get it, man. All right, and the mouse will always be like all the way over for no fucking reason. Oh, okay.
I like for them to only shoot when you're looking at them.
I know.
They just keep popping. Oh my god.
Especially like the guys behind you. Like, very polite.
It's so long. It's going on so long. What?
Standoffs also show off the environment elements of Stranglehold, and the destruction is pretty awesome. Midway understood the assignment here. You can't have a John Woo style shootout without shit exploding and flying everywhere. Environment destruction also becomes a way to traverse levels at a certain point, with Tequila having the agility of a tightrope walker, being able to run up stair railings and broken beams. You can also shoot glinting objects to create cinematic kills, which give you bonus style points. Style points are basically an award system in this game. The more stylish the kill, the more points you get, and these style points fill up your tequila bomb and tequila time meters. I didn't really know what was considered stylish or not, as most of the time it's easier to just shoot guys as quickly as possible, since most enemies will eventually rush you like sick puppies wanting to be euthanized. Stranglehold also looks like the leftover lo mein in my fridge from a week ago. That is to say, it's bad. The level of detail in each level varies wildly. Sometimes it looks great, and other times it just looks like shit. I mean, look at this grass. It's barely textured.
God, this game looks bad even for when it came out. Like, look at this texture.
When did it come out?
Like 2007.
Oh, wow. This looks like an early 2000s kind of game. Like something you'd find on the PS2.
Change the job scope away from this one. Find a more popular one that'll keep Tico safer.
I suppose it is kind of accurate to John Woo's films, as Stranglehold shifts from awesome to bad at the drop of a hat. Consistency was never really one of Woo's strong points. Thankfully, the set pieces and action are so over the top you can ignore a lot of these graphical issues. And character models, on the other hand, actually look pretty good. While they do suffer from the art style making most people atrocious looking monsters, they have a charm to them that makes every character unique in some way. This extends to Tequila. They apparently scanned Chow Yun-Fat's face for this game, and it shows. It looks good, and it's pretty close to his real-life image. Unfortunately, this doesn't extend to his voice acting. It's honestly pretty bad. It's written and delivered poorly.
I'm talking to a dead man.
Now, as someone who is a bit of a Chow Yun-Fat connoisseur, let me explain. If you watch his Hong Kong films, you'll see why he's so beloved. He has great range, able to go from threatening to comedic to badass to sad effectively. Like seriously, a great metric for foreign films is if the emotion comes across even to a foreign audience, and anytime Chow is on screen, he just breathes life into it. Even if the movie's bad, he'll be the best part. This unfortunately does not apply here. It feels like Chow either wanted almost nothing to do with the project, or he was given no direction. I've looked into this, but have been unable to find any of his actual thoughts on the game and his association with the project. As an example, just watch this scene from Hard Boiled.
先生，使唔使 call 多啲人幫手啊？
唔使啦，又唔係去打仗，個單拖咪搞掂啦。
你兩個出去。out out out out。Yes sir。山中間有個伙計俾人搶槍，只係你做。軍火單嘢唔使你跟啊。OK？
呢單嘢我跟得好辛苦，都睇住就嚟到手㗎啦。你而家叫我唔好理
，You shut up！你聽我講一次得唔得啊？
你係咪咁大聲同我講嘢啊？你見我同 O.C. 片啊？呢間房係我嘅，你尊重下我哋。
呢間房係你嘅好威水咩？成間差館都係我嘅。聽住 ，This is the fucking order。
你使乜攻到咁行啫？你要屙咪廁所屙咗佢咯 ，OK？
Now here's a scene from Stranglehold.
I told you not to go in alone.
I didn't. Brought my true friends. This is what our need wanted us to find. Bullet between the eyes. That's a signature hit. The iron eyes are the Dragon Claw's muscle. Wong's got the iron eyes hitting cops and dealing passports to Golden Cane. Except the deal went bad.
Someone's trying to start a war.
We better stop him. I'm heading down to Dio. I'm gonna shake some cages and see what falls out.
Like hell you will. Taio's not your turf and you know it. That's an ongoing narcotics probe. We have it under control.
Drug gangs, turf wars, and a dead cop. And you call that under control?
Watch your step, Tequila. You go out of bounds, you'll lose your badge.
Inspector Tequila in Hard Boiled, while being one of the coldest motherfuckers to ever exist, still had humor and charm. It's basically non-existent here. Tequila is just a wooden plank with guns that jitters from one locale to the next. I suppose the choice to have the game only in English has a bit to do with this, but even then, Chow has spoken English since at least the mid-80s, and while his accent is sometimes strong, he still comes across in his usual way.
Roy, just like my father and mother. Don't fuck with my family. Huh? Huh?
He's a legitimately funny and whimsical dude, and yet for Stranglehold and, Jesus Christ, Bulletproof Monk, we get this? It's fucking criminal that Chow Yun-fat isn't a bigger name in the States and West in general. I mean, the man is amazing. Somehow Hollywood fumbled the bag on Hong Kong's answer to Sylvester Stallone. Like, how is this even possible? Why must we ruin everything great? At least when I think about Wu or even fucking Ringo Lamb's American films, I can put some of the blame on them as they're the director. They helm the ship. But in Chow's case, it just seems that, like, other than what, Pirates of the Caribbean, he was never given his just due in the States. Just go watch The Replacement Killers and count how many times Chow is allowed to smile. I'll wait. In the first level, there's also some origami cranes you can pick up. I thought they were just collectibles at first, but they're actually boosters for your tequila bomb, allowing you to use your abilities more often. They're a reference to Hard Boiled. Alan, the undercover cop played by Tony Leung, who joins forces with Tequila halfway through the film, states that he makes an origami crane for every person he's killed. So, obviously, I was waiting for Alan to show up in Stranglehold, since these are really associated with his character more than Tequila. Yeah, he never does. Hell, he's not even fucking mentioned. So, what's even the point of this? Don't get me wrong, I like callbacks, and some of them in Stranglehold are actually pretty cool, but this one just feels weak. A better example of a callback done right is at this section at the end of the first level. It's a recreation of the Tea House shootout from Hard Boiled. It even comes with Tequila's signature Tequila Slammer and fucking John Woo. Here at the Tea House, we have our first boss fight. And that's right, you heard me. Stranglehold has boss fights. They're all pretty bad, with each one getting worse until the end. Bosses take so much damage it makes me wonder if Hong Kong was the birthplace of like fucking X-Men or something.
Yeah, it's right up the ass.
So that killed him.
What's that for a colonoscopy?
Shut up.
By the end of the first level, you'll have gotten pretty much every mechanic in the game. Each level ends with the stat screen that shows you how many enemies you defeated, how much damage you caused, and a rating for how you played. After being rightfully chewed out for once again being a huge legal liability to the police in Hong Kong, Tequila gets a lead that a triad group known as the I-9s are connected to the dead cop that brought us here and decides that the next move is to head to Dio to
shake some cages and see what falls out.
The second mission has us carving a path of destruction through fishing village slums. We destroy like 50 fucking meth labs and are given access to our third tequila bomb, Barrage. It allows Tequila to fire even more powerful bullets, and ironically is the only time you have to reload in game. Which is honestly great. It's such a stupid detail that fits so well with the style of Hong Kong action that I can't really hate it even though I kinda want to. Then we have an obligatory turret section on a helicopter that goes on for way too long. Eventually, after Tequila creates a humanitarian crisis, he meets with the triad boss of Dragonclaw, Jimmy Chow. Tequila and Chow have a complicated past. It turns out that Tequila had a relationship with Billy Chow, Jimmy's daughter, and their short affair angered Chow to the point where Tequila arranged for Billy to escape to America. We also learn that Tequila and Billy have a daughter, Tico. Both have been kidnapped by Golden Cane, another triad group. So at this point, the premise of the plot is laid out for us. 3 triads are duking it out for control of Hong Kong: the Golden Cane, the I-9s, and Dragonclaw. Jimmy Chow offers Tequila a deal. Help him destroy Golden Cane and he'll let Tequila have Billy and Tico. We also learn about this guy, whose name is Jerry, and he's working for Dragonclaw. But he's actually an undercover cop. Jerry will be our main contact for the next few missions, helping Tequila complete them. And by that I mean he's gonna call him on his flip phone between gunning down hundreds of guys. Our next mission takes us to the Golden Cane Run Mega Casino. We're given 2 guitar cases by Jerry. These are plantable health and ammo stations you can use throughout this level and also serve as another reference. This time to Robert Rodriguez's El Mariachi, another classic piece of action cinema. If you haven't seen Desperado, do yourself a favor and check it out. The bar shootout is iconic and heavily inspired by John Woo. The casino mission and the next couple of missions are honestly great. There are plenty of enemies to fight, shit to destroy, and style just drips from the fucking walls here. Each floor of the casino turns into a horde mode where enemies come at you until you're able to progress to the next floor. There's even a part where a live jazz band plays while you hold off waves of triad goons. This is another reference to Hard Boiled. Tequila is canonically a jazz clarinetist. Here we're given access to our final Tequila bomb, the Spin Attack. Tequila does a cinematic spin, firing his guns while doves fly around him. It's a reference to the final shootout of the killer. It kills every enemy within a certain radius, and it's fucking useless. It's so situational that you have to go out of your way to be surrounded by enemies, all the while losing health because they're, fucking shooting at you. Plus, it takes so long to fill up your Tequila bomb gauge that you're better off just using barrage mode for large groups instead. Once we reach the final floor, we have a boss fight with Andrew Tate. This fight was somewhat difficult at first. You have to wait for him to reload, and then you use cover to your advantage. Oh yeah, did I mention that there's also cover shooting in Stranglehold? It's not very useful, and honestly it feels out of place most of the time. The game wants you to look cool and you want to look cool, so cover really doesn't seem to make sense. For this fight, I recommend you just head to the second floor, because in my playthrough, Tate destroyed a section of floor and it fell on him, finishing the fight early.
Just where to put this.
Once he's down, the casino begins to fucking explode, and Tequila and Jerry have to run to escape.
Got a plane to catch. Where are we going? Chicago. And we are running late. How late? About 18 years.
The next mission takes us international, baby! Tequila and Jerry head to Chicago to chase our next lead. Turns out a Ukrainian mob has been working with Golden Cane in order to... They never really explain why the Ukrainians are so invested in working with a Hong Kong triad, but whatever. They have Billy and Tico, so now they have to die. The Golden Cane are also not very pleased with how we've been dismantling their operation.
Do me a favor. Kill yourself!
This mission starts us in a parking garage. Tequila wears a suit that's a reference to the killer, and we immediately start blowing shit up. Something I can't overstate about Stranglehold is that it never slows down. Set pieces and stakes keep getting raised each level. We fight our way through the Ukrainian mob and work our way up this tower until we get to the penthouse. We dodge lasers and destroy some helicopters, and then we have to fight this guy. He's apparently one of the heads of the Ukrainian mob. We follow him through these laser trip mines that are everywhere. You know, come to think of it, why would you have these in a place you live? Wouldn't that be, like, incredibly dangerous? Oh, wait, my bad. I forgot about the rule of cool. Anyways, we chase him down and he jumps on a helicopter. He may seem cool now, but he should remember that only Tequila is allowed to look cool and live to see the end in the hard-boiled universe. Afterwards, we find Jerry and he's been shot, but this is John Woo. Shake it off, Jerry. I've been shot 5 times in the past 10 minutes. He gives us our next lead to the museum. The museum is my favorite part of the game. It has the coolest set pieces and best destruction in the game. There are dinosaur bones and terracotta statues that all explode in glorious fashion. Tequila doesn't seem to mind destroying all these Chinese artifacts, but then again, the CCP is probably doing more damage than he ever could.
坏坏天神赐给我力量，我要让这一粒特别的辣椒酱变得非常非常辣。
We fight our way through the museum and kill the mob boss and save Billy. For all of 2 seconds before Jerry guns her down. It turns out that Jerry is a triple undercover agent actually working for the Triads all along. Tequila spends about 30 seconds being sad, and then we have to chase Jerry through the museum fighting straight up mercenaries. When we fight Jerry, I can see what they were going for here, because Jerry is the only other character that can move like Tequila, shoot dodging and the like. The problem is, the movements are busted, and you can very easily stun lock him and riddle him with bullets. Picking up Jerry's phone, we learn that Jimmy Chow paid to have his daughter killed so she wouldn't give up any secrets about his criminal dealings. We now have to head back to Hong Kong and finish this. I am a little upset we don't at least get a mini-game where we have to buy tickets to Hong Kong and Tequila has to kill a few hours at the airport. I mean, come on, the guy starts getting itchy if he goes more than 2 hours without killing someone. Back in Hong Kong, Tequila barges in on Golden Cane and makes a deal that'll help them take down Dragon Claw and Jimmy Chow in exchange for Tico. They set up the exchange, but we end up getting there late. So Chow and his goons take off with Tico and we have to chase them down.
But you're dead. You couldn't hold him off for just 1 minute.
And all you had to do was show up on time. It was a simple plan.
Your plan has failed, gentlemen, and I have the prize.
I actually thought we were going to get a car chase here, but unfortunately it never happens. I did find out that it was planned, but it was cut out to meet the game's release deadline. It's honestly a shame because I think it could have been a fun break in the constant sensory overload that is playing Stranglehold. Anyways, we chase down Chow, we fight another helicopter, and we have a final boss fight with waves of enemies trying to gun us down, all the while this old motherfucker is trying to shoot us with a Barrett 50 cal.
There, get him!
Once we put him down, we rescue Tico. There isn't really much else to say here about Stranglehold. By the end of the game, you've done damage in the millions, and your body count will be over 1,000 people, which is impressive and terrifying as the game takes place over like 3 days. I did the math, and this is more on-screen deaths in just one title than in Wu and Chow's entire filmographies combined. I suppose this has to do with the medium of video games in general, but it's honestly ridiculous. Hell, Max Payne beat this body count, but that's over the course of like 3 entire games. In roughly 4 hours of in-game time, Tequila has half of the body count that took Max Payne over a decade to achieve.
Got me bailed. I made like Chow Yun fat.
Stranglehold is ridiculously over the top, which is a good thing because it keeps you engaged the whole time, but to be honest, that isn't as much of an issue, as I completed Stranglehold on normal difficulty in just under 4 hours. When doing research for the game, I found that a lot of reviewers at the time of release were averaging around 6 to 8 hours, and I'm not really sure how this is the case. I died around 10 times in my entire playthrough, and even had a few crashes during loading screens between levels, and still, if you remove that, the game would have been just around 3 hours. This may have something to do with reviewers playing the console version of the game, and I played on PC, so aiming is much easier, but honestly, you can never really tell with these game critics. There was a multiplayer mode as well when it was released, but as far as I know, the servers are no longer up on PC. Apparently servers are still around on PS3 and Xbox, but I don't really feel like it would be worth your time, or anybody else's for that matter. Having seen footage, it looks pretty rough. All in all, Stranglehold is a one and done game that is best enjoyed with friends. I of course recommend that you do play it. Why? Because it's borderline so bad it's good, plus you can find it on Good Old Games on sale for dirt cheap, so why not give it a go? I hope your rice is good, that your enemies face swift justice, and that if anything, you go watch Hard Boiled if you haven't already. This has been Classic Mode, I'm Groove, have a good one.
This fucking fried rice stinks!
Holy
Hey, what are you doing?